My friend, that lucky old son. My favorite version is Ray Charles. If you haven't watched that version yet, go listen to it. It's amazing. This book does a good job. I'm going to show you how to transpose to do it exactly how Mr. Charles does it on his LP in the key of A flat, and then it modulates to the key of F sharp major. When we play this one on page 518 in the Ultimate Ukulele Flag book, we're going to be playing it in the key of C, which is fine. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished or G7. The only chords outside the pocket here are going to be D dominant, so our D7, which you could play like this, looks like a G6 or an E minor 7, but right here. Whoop, whoop. And then you could also bar up the whole secondary fret and put your finger on the C note for that dominant note, the key of D. When we play our other chord outside the key pocket here, we're just going to be doing like a B7 and then back to an E minor. The whole idea behind this is to play in 4/4. The whole thing is extremely solemn. Most of the melody line is derived from the lyrics, and I hope you enjoy this. If you are playing the melody line, you can play as close to monotonal as you can. Up in the morning, out in the job. Most of the time, these are written very simply in the books, but they do have a little inflection because, of course, you're going to be singing notes longer, legato, and shorter, staccato. I hope you dig this. C major to A minor. C and F are going to split the measure here. Interesting, huh? G7 and C split it. It's going to then go to the 4 chord, the F. Then C and A minor. The 1 chord and the 6 chord are going to split the measure. Back to the 1 chord. 5 dominant. Vunala. And then back to the 1. That is the entire verse. When it goes through that the second time, it doesn't just end on that C. It does C and then hits a passing tone and then goes to the A minor, splits it with an E minor, the 4 chord to the 1 chord, F to C. Again with A minor to G7 to the 1 chord. Again, lead in, send down, A minor, E minor, F major, C major. Hold the C, D7, G7. Hold it out for a 4 count. We're going to be taking this to the outro verse. C, A minor, C and F, the 1 chord and the 4 chord split before going to the 5 dominant. F, C and A minor again, split it. C and G7, split the 2 beats to make 4 and then back to the 1. Now in the book, here's where it would end. However, in the version, it has the chorus where it takes the chords and it goes back up to the bridge. A minor, E minor, F major, C major, A minor, G7, C. A minor, E minor, F major, C major, C major, D dominant, G dominant. And then it really just goes through that last outro verse and then modulates. So we're not doing it in the original key. The original key was an A flat. So here's a little awesomeness for anybody who's just learning the ukulele. Learn your first bass core, prime first position chords like C major in every finger. Learn how to play the F major in all of your fingerings to get nice strong fingies, you know? And then D minor, same thing-a-ding. Maybe even try this one with 1 finger covering 2 notes. Your G7 can be played like this. It could also be played like this, right? You can use different fingerings. And the whole idea is so you can start moving these chords up and around. Well, the chord structures, believe it or not, when playing just this, omitting the first finger, C major, D minor, E minor would be that finger, but you don't have to. You could use this E minor, but I'm going to show you how to play it like this. E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C. Once again, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C. So when you move this up and put your pinky on the 6th fret and bar the 3rd, even though you're playing an A flat, you can call it C. It's what's in the book. Let your brain do the math for you. C major, well, that's an A minor. That's going to be an F major. That's a G7. You just now are your own capo. Pretty cool, huh? So this song, when Ray's doing it, sings it up top here. Up in the morning, oh, out on the job, work like the devil for my pay, but that lucky old sun has nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. You can do the same thing down in C. I would suggest playing it in every key. That opens up the doorway to being able to modulate to any key, which is just amazing. If you have any questions on how to do that, subscribe to this channel or Google these concepts, the words, the buzzwords: modulation, transposition, ukulele, first position chords, inversions, yada yada. Okay, that's it. And if you want to see what it actually looks like after it gets through the A minor, E minor, F, C, A minor, G7, C part, why don't we go down with a cloud who is silver lining, lift me up to paradise. And then it hits the key modulation. So the key of C, if we were in the key of A flat and it were to modulate up, it goes up a minor third. So the key of C, we would be modulating to A flat. So the whole idea of learning it in different keys is whenever you modulate or move up a different key, if you can play it in one key, you can play it in every key. That little trick I just taught you will extend so far in music theory. It also works with any stringed instrument that's tuned in 4th or 5th. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I really enjoyed doing it as well. I love Ray Charles just so absolutely much. A tear came to my eye when I was reading this the first time through. It just truly is wonderful music. If you agree, subscribe. Why don't you? Check out the rest of the channel. Aloha.